We'll start with a meditation. So we'll go back to the Shamatha practice that we've been doing so far today. That is to focus on the sensations of the breath in the area of the abdomen. And again, remember the basis is relaxation, so really keeping that very relaxed body and mind. And again, if you find yourself getting distracted a lot and you find it helpful, you might like to introduce some counting or noting of the breath to help stabilize your attention. Okay, so let's do that practice. Setting the body into a state of relaxation, stillness, and vigilance. And relaxing more deeply with each out-breath. And allowing the breathing to settle into its natural rhythm, not trying to control or regulate the breath in any way. Simply allowing it to flow naturally and effortlessly. And setting the mind in a state of ease and relaxation. Simply allowing the mind to come to rest in the present moment. And simply becoming aware of the rhythm of the breath. can now narrow your focus and focus on the sensations of the breath in the area of the abdomen. And maintaining that ongoing flow of mindfulness of the sensations of the breath throughout the entire cycle of each in and out breath. Does anyone have any questions about this practice or the earlier practice of the full body or the rhythm or any of the points we've covered so far in this retreat?
Is it possible to combine metta meditation, loving kindness meditation with the
Shamatha?
The shamatha, what we're doing.
The question is, can we combine metta or loving kindness with shamatha practice? Shamatha practice is sometimes what's called, maybe I'll put it on the board. There are many different meditations and there are many different ways of dividing up meditations. One way we can divide up meditations is into two groups. There's what's called stabilizing meditation, and as the name suggests, this meditation is to stabilize the mind. So of course this is the shamatha practice. We're developing a calm, clear, focused mind, a stable attention. And then we can talk about analytical meditation. Analytical meditation is, as the name suggests, we're analysing, we're investigating. And again, there are many different types of meditations here, but we can talk about the two main sort of groups of practice of wisdom and compassion. So of course the wisdom practice here is Vipassana practice. And actually when we do the compassion practices, and loving kindness is one of those of course, or we do Vipassana practice, then we are investigating. In terms of in wisdom or Vipassana, we're investigating the nature of reality to come to an insight into the nature of reality. And with compassion, loving kindness, we are investigating, for example, what is our situation, the situation of others and so forth, to really come to cultivate these qualities of loving kindness and compassion and joy and equanimity and so forth. And when we do these analytical meditations, then we are actually combining them with the shamatha practice. In the sense of course, initially we need a focused mind to do the investigation, but then we can, when we come to some insight or we come to some experience of loving kindness or compassion, then we can simply rest in that experience. And we can have that insight as our object of shamatha, or we can have loving kindness or compassion as the object of shamatha. So then we can simply dwell in that experience of loving kindness, compassion, or that insight, allowing it to penetrate deeper into our mind. So in that sense, we can combine the two. We can then, through this investigation, then simply rest in that insight or rest in that experience of loving kindness or compassion and have that as the object of shamatha practice. But also, of course, we can, in one session, do both. For example, we could, for the first half of the session, do shamatha practice to really calm the mind, focus the mind. And then in the second half, to do one of these other compassion practice, loving kindness, or insight practice. So we can do like that as well. Was there anything more to your question, or that's it? Okay. Any other questions from any of the things we've covered so far in the retreat?
I'm still wondering about we talked earlier about attachment.
Yeah.
It seems to me that the worst kind or the strongest kind of is the idea of like you want to become a part of society, you have like a social standing in which you fit in, and then everything seems in the West at least to stem from that. So I'm just wondering, is that considered attachment or not?
Yeah. Of course, I think everyone is different in terms of what we have attachment to. I mean, some people are much more strongly attached to sensory pleasure. Other people are more strongly attached to their identity in the society. Other people are more attached to many other things. So there's many things, and many different people have different attachments. But here we need to really distinguish between attachment versus feeling good about ourselves, feeling confident. So there's nothing wrong with feeling confident. But attachment actually comes from, as we mentioned earlier, this fundamental ignorance. So, and that can take many forms. One form is that we identify with things which are not us as us. And if we are identifying with our physical appearance,